Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Coming to you live from our comfy couch here on the outskirts of the internet. This is the Gaming Saloon Reviews for April 15th, 2019, with your hosts, Peacemaker2448 and Ramp It Up Salon.
Hi. My computer's being stupid. Just saying.
I would expect nothing less. Also, do you love how my notes are less reactionary and more coherent for once?
By the way, I also got my desktop thing fixed that happened right before I transitioned.
Yay!
I've been getting weird, just random glitch-based stuff happen since I expanded my Linux partition. I'm thinking that might be correlated to that, but now I don't want to fool with it because it's like, it's weird, it's inconsistent, and I don't understand it.
So like my audio problems.
Pretty much, yeah.
Good. I'm not the only one that runs into dumb, inconsistent problems.
Like, I legitimately don't understand that, but that's the second time today that something weird has just happened with the desktop environment. Like, right then it was not letting me click any links on the desktop. It just said no. Earlier, the stuff on my taskbar at the bottom refused to act like buttons. Until I decided to click off of it and then highlight back over, and it was fine. I was like, did you just take a second there and drift off into La La Land or something? Because what the heck?
At least you didn't have an Android emulator lock down your computer just because you had something else open.
Oh, I have had that.
Oh, okay.
That is fun.
So where you have to hard reset it?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I've had that happen. But it stopped happening now. I don't know why.
Probably a bug with the emulator.
Which one do you use?
It's been a while since I've used one, but it was because of something like that why I quit. I just quit trying.
But I'm using BlueStacks.
I think I've used that one before.
It works fine enough.
That one, it might be something correlated to your memory, because if I remember right, that boosted out my memory, and that's what caused it to lock everything down.
That would not surprise me.
It's like it hit a memory leak for some reason.
Yeah, I was thinking that was the issue, so I looked into it and I couldn't find any real consistent information, and then it just stopped happening, and I'm like, fuck it, everything's working again.
Yeah, I don't think it's a consistent thing. I honestly think it has something to do with the right things have to happen at the same time for it to just be like,
Cool, I can continue to play Fate Grand Order, and then the Sentai and Rider games that I play on there. Because it's the only mobile games I can play on there. Because you can't play any of the Nintendo mobile games on an emulator.
Why?
I tried. Well, for Fire Emblem Heroes, it doesn't keep your login information.
Oh.
So you're fine when you initially start. Because everything's there. But then when you come back, everything's gone again. So you have to re-log in.
Huh.
And then Pokemon Go kind of just doesn't work, I don't think.
Well, to be fair, I would have to think emulating Pokemon Go would almost be a waste because, you know, the whole basis behind Pokemon Go is actually being out and moving.
Oh, you can spoof your location. That's not hard.
Yeah, but, I mean...
Granted, the only thing I would do is I would spoof my location back to the college and be like, I would have still played at the college because I liked playing at the college. Because there was a bunch of gyms and Pokestops there. But no, you can move your location. So. Yeah, that's the problem. So like, I still have to have Fire Emblem Heroes on my phone. I like having Ruby Amity Arena on my phone. I'm about to take Pokemon Go off my phone though, because I have no reason to play it.
That's kind of what happened with me, and I just actually kind of lost interest too. So I was like,
I don't.
Okay.
I don't blame you. Yeah, anyway, this week, we're actually reviewing the last 3 episodes of Double, which probably only take, like, not that long for us to summarize and talk about, so...
Yeah.
Don't mind us if we talk about a bunch of stuff before we go there, because, yeah, the Ryuki special, that's all 3 episodes are subbed on, because everyone's taking their sweet-ass time on Shinobi for some stupid reason.
Probably
like,
because they got burned on the Ryuki one, and they're like, eh.
Well, TV Nihon has episode 1 subbed. They still don't have the other 2 subbed. I think Get 'em Corp's the only one that's got all 3 episodes of Ryuki subbed right now. I don't think they've subbed Shinobi. Overtime's not. I think Overtime's subbing Shinobi, but I don't think they've put out an episode yet. Let me check their Raws. Yeah, they're supposed to be subbing it, but they haven't put out an episode yet. They put out the Raws, but they haven't put out an episode yet. I guess they're waiting for all 3 to come out, and then they'll sub all 3. I guess. I don't know. I don't know what Overtime's plan on this is, but I'm like, can we get Shinobi? Because I didn't care for Ryuki at all. Because, what, you've seen the first episode, right?
Yeah.
I've seen all 3, and like, I watched Ryuki, and the best way I can surmise this is 2/3 of it is a highlight reel of Ryuki's moments, redone with the cast older, and then episode 3 is a send-off to Ryuki, I guess, that's chopped up, that over the course of, oh, by the way, this is a writer time, so it has to tie in the Geo and Gates, and oh, he needs the Ryuki ride watch, so here's a Geo and Gates versus another Ryuki fight, and oh, by the way, Odin's here, so they're gonna fight Odin as well. Why? Why are you? How do you? You know what? I don't fucking care at this point. That's how I felt by the end of the 3rd episode. It's like, I don't fucking care. I don't care that you threw in this 11th hour fucking reveal. Fucking just shut up and just end. I know Iga Devil described it as the final chapter of Ryuki, and I'm like, there's nothing here if you watch Ryuki. There's literally nothing here. I don't get it. Like, a thing about a character in episode 2 is supposed to add depth to a character that I've seen described, but I'm like, no, it added nothing. It's a footnote in the episode of, yes, this is a thing about a character now, I guess. They do nothing with it, so it's there. There's nothing here after 3 episodes, and I don't care. What'd you think of the first episode?
Honestly, the first one kind of really, and I'm sure it did for a lot of people that didn't watch it, but kind of pushed me away because it was like, okay, I don't really know any of these guys except for the one guy, and it's like, okay.
I'll tell you one thing.
Absolutely nothing got explained, and it's like,
Here's the thing. Funny enough, everyone's in character. Like, all the people who are the actual returning actors, yeah, they're all in character.
Oh, I don't
by
doubt
some fucking
that.
miracle.
I don't doubt that. My thing is, for all I could be concerned, they were just random schmucks. Because, I mean, there's no kind of lead into it.
Well, Abyss is because he's a jobber. I don't know why. I don't know why they made a big deal about Abyss being here when he's done and jobbed out in the first episode. He is jobbed out clean in episode 1. You could have put any other rider suit in there, and it wouldn't have mattered. It could have been Scissors all over again, because that's what you did, is redo the Scissors fight. Essentially. Yeah, and bear in mind, I've seen Ryuki to, like, into the 20s at least, but I know the rest through review. Your only experience with Ryuki is through Decade, with Kamen Rider Law and Order, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is your first experience with proper Ryuki.
And like I said, I feel like this... I honestly feel like for people that didn't watch the show, this did a horrible job. Because it was one of those where it was very blatantly like, if you didn't watch the show, you might just not watch this because you're not going to quite grasp it.
And even if you watch the show like me, you have a lot of questions. Like, you know how they're in the mirror world the entire time?
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're in there for, like, what, 6 days, I think? 5 days? However fucking long it is.
Something like that, yeah.
They should be dead in 5 minutes. You can't be in the mirror world for more than, I think, like 5 minutes, even if you're in a suit. Because you know that dissolve effect thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that happens to you after 5 minutes. Also, the sister that's new, her brother. It's her brother, right? I think it's her brother.
I have no idea.
Anyway, another Ryuki, like, I don't know how the fuck they set this shit up or how the mirror world's in play, because the end of Ryuki is a time reversal to make the war never happen and the Aventex never be created and all that shit, so I don't know where all this shit came from.
Yes.
Also, Ryuga's not in the original series, he's only in the movie, but the movie has a different ending. So I don't know if this is falling for episode final, but there's people dead at the end of episode final that are here in this special. So fuck it if I know.
Well, you know what it is. It's because Gio's in another paradox.
Pretty much. Also, there's people dead at the end of the series that are alive here, by the way. Because, like, if assuming this does continue from the end of the series, before the, like, excising the time skip or the time reversal to reset the series, to reset everything, everyone's dead except Ren, aka Knight. Everyone's dead. Shinji's dead. Which maybe explains the thing at the end of the 3rd episode. I don't. This special's stupid, and I don't like it. And I have to think, even if you like Ryuki, this is still stupid and dumb and terrible.
What? I mean, having a 3rd rider on the show?
I was about to say, the guy who wrote this wrote half Ryuki to start with.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is Toshiki Inoue.
Because this kind of feels like disjointed horribly.
This is Toshiki Inoue writing. You remember the last part of Decade?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's him. Yeah. Bear in mind, he did write half of Ryuki, so he at least knows Ryuki, but this is still a mess. Because like the last of the episode has Ren dying, saving Shinji, and Shinji going and stopping another Ryuki. Their end conversation is split up over the course of 3 separate scenes peppered throughout the rest of the episode 3 for no reason. We have Shinji showing up, transforming into Ryuki to find another Ryuki, and then immediately flashing back to 5 minutes ago when he won the quote-unquote Rider War. And having more of his conversation with Ren. That there's still more of after we get done with all that fight. It's so stupid. I hate it. I'm like, why is this all not just together? Why? You get nothing from splitting this up. Nothing. Literally nothing. That's like the dumbest, most annoying part of episode 3 for me. Meanwhile, Shinobi episode 1 just went, oh, here's essentially an early episode from Shinobi the series, and I go, can we do this, like, can this
now?
Just be the next show?
No, screw it, just do it now.
Yeah, just cancel Geo. This is the show now. Like, I don't care that they're...
But how does Geo end? He becomes Oma Geo, the end.
It becomes Geo, fucks that timeline. It's an alternate timeline anyway, no one cares.
I mean, I would be fine with that.
Like, I don't care that Shinobi has, like, no toy gimmick. Like, there's no way for us to work in a toy gimmick in the Shinobi, and I'm okay with that. Granted, I think that's part of the reason why Shinobi feels so refreshing is because there's literally no toy gimmick.
I mean, I would have to think you probably could come up with something.
I mean, because apparently at the end of the 3rd episode, in the ending, there is what looks like kind of concept art in the style it's done of 4 more riders. Assumingly. Because while they have the same belt, they have different, like, weapon things on the center plate. Right. And if we take Hatari as, like, the example, those are 4 more riders. Because I don't think those are forms. Because I kind of like the idea that Shinobi is a Phase 2 rider, Quiz is a Phase 1 rider, and Hakai is a Showa rider, and how they're designed.
Yeah, I could see that.
So I could see them going, Shinobi doesn't have a gimmick, but we have so many riders. And it's not like they couldn't do multiple riders, because it seems like the mix is like shuriken types or like shuriken shapes plus an animal motif. And a primary color of some variety. Or like a distinctive color in some way. Because like Shinobi has purple, like a basic looking shuriken, and a frog. While Hatari is orange, has the 3-prong shuriken, and has a wasp? I'm gonna say a wasp? I don't think it's supposed to be a bee, I think it's supposed to be a wasp. So I feel like, yeah, you could go wild with this. I want to know what the other 4's animals are. I want to know, like, if you have like some like collective connecting motif between all of them, or it's just this is a cool animal that we can put behind him that it looks like a robot. Because I'm down with either one. I just hope the other 2 episodes are still good. But I'm also not going to sit here and pretend that, oh, just because it has no toy gimmick makes it better. No, it's just written better than Geo.
Now,
the reason it has to...
Here comes the real question. Different rider?
I forgot who's writing the Shinobi special. I know it's a different writer.
So can we have them just come in and finish Geo?
Kaori Kaneko is the one who wrote the Shinobi special. I only have one other credit for her as a writer. She wrote 4 episodes plus the Lupin Yellow Pattern Sango special for Lupat. That's it. This is her literal first writer writing. Yeah, she's not wrote anything. This is her first time writing for writer.
Again, I say, can she just finish Geo?
And she did good episodes of Lupat, because I remember some of these episodes, and they were pretty... Okay, not that one. Not 11. Not so much 11.
Well,
11 was
all
a stupid
good.
One.
I mean...
18 was good. Okay, 29 was a clip show, so that's not that special. 8 was the duping the Power Rangers on the Lupin Rangers identities, which was pretty good. And I did not see the girls special, so I can't judge that one. But now she did good. Hopefully she gets more work. Ryu Sober continues to be good. What's funny enough is we had an episode 5 that looks like, okay, we're gonna defeat the monster that's poisoned one of the Rangers and looks to poison other people. We defeat it. We defeat who's kind of like our big bad at the moment. Not like final boss, but like lieutenant at the moment. Except he got away. And then we defeated the monster and the poison didn't go away. And we end the episode on that note of like, we blew up the monster, right? Yes. He's still poisoned and dying, right? Yes. What do we do? Which is nice. Because now we go into episode 6 going, okay, what the fuck happened? Did we miss? Did we not kill the monster? Is there something else going on? Because I believe in the preview it's also revealed, oh, the poison is contagious. It's airborne, essentially. And it's moving to other people. So now it's a race against time to save themselves along with whoever else might be poisoned at the moment. And try to figure out, oh fuck, how do we fix this? Also, like, next episode gives us the 5 mech combination. Which looks fine, but considering the plug-and-play system that they do for the mecha, when I get the mini plot, I'm totally going to try to make a better one. That it uses everything. Because I can see it's not using it. I want it to use everything. Anything else?
No, I can't think of anything.
Alright. The rare episodes we're looking at for double this week are 47, 48, and 49. The Abandon You 2-parter and the final episode that's technically more of an epilogue because our first 2 episodes kind of act as the finale of double. Goodbye to the E. We're going to kick things off with episode 47. Let's take a drink real quick. A request from Philip. We kick off with Shotaro finding the cat, Mikan, and giving it to Philip because he's really good at finding pets. That's like the one dumb consistent thing about him. It's just like, oh, he's good at finding lost pets for some stupid reason.
And I love the fact that even post-series, everyone keeps that a recurring theme.
Yes, even in the stupid material.
Uh-huh.
We also put him in a white suit, which... No. But Philip's happy about that, except for the fact that he's dying, by the way. And he has a request for Shotaro. He needs him to find Wakana, because apparently she's still kicking.
Well, thinking, I think, would be more like it.
Yes. And we get some narration from Shotaro in the future of, this was his first request, but also his last, because he's not surviving this two-parter. Which means that I think all of these internal monologues from Shotaro, I think are either from like the end of that episode or after these two episodes. Because some of them feel like they're further than where we are.
Yeah.
But Shotaro takes it, and that's our cold open, which... I know it's the weird thing about the double opening.
What?
We didn't get Trial or Extreme. Or even Fang Joker. None of the upgraded forms of double appear in the opening.
It's almost like they didn't need to add them to it.
Yeah. And we don't even get the, like... I forgot the last episode we do, but, like, we don't even get the proper opening in these last three episodes. We get the movie opening.
Yeah. And we actually get the movie opening in 2 of the last 3. We don't even get the true opening in the last episode.
Yeah, we get the title card opening because we got shit to do. We ain't gonna burn time on the opening. No, you'll get the opening at the end of the episode in just song form.
And if I'm not mistaken, that makes what, like, the last 5 or 6 episodes of Double that didn't have the original opening?
Yeah, I'd say that. Which, god damn it, does this make me want to go watch A to Z?
Yeah, I know.
Like, I also, like, because I believe the last episode, the last commercial we get, it ends on Edgy's line from the movie. His last line from the movie. And I'm like, god damn it, I need to go watch this movie, because that line defines this entire second half of the era, in retrospect. Like, it not only defines the era, it defines the team-up movies from, like, then on out. Like, goddamn, so good. Yeah, coming down the opening, we hook up with Foundation X at their current site as Boss Lady talks to June about his plans to essentially continue museum, because I already invested money in memories. I'm gonna fucking get all of it. But the lady's like, well, you gotta prove it because Never didn't work out, and we're moving on to Metals. Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, that never gets followed up on outside of Megamax. I also have to appreciate that all those sound effects on her phone actually sound like they're from her phone. But it's shown that he has Wakana, and he well, not yet. we end on that moment. Because the team goes looking for Sayako because they think she has her. Because, well, she's the only one left at the moment, so we're going to go track her down. And I guess she's driving around on a racetrack because she has nothing better to do. Because, like, she has no memory. She probably doesn't have a real good way of getting a memory at the moment, so it's like, what the fuck am I gonna do?
Yeah.
So we have a little bit of a bike race to the tune of one of Double's really good songs, which I have to say that is a really interesting trend of these last 3 episodes of the nice use of some standout songs from Double, both background and vocal. But the team talks to her, asks her where Wagner is. She's like, I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. I thought she was dead. But then June shows up to introduce himself to Foundation as like the dude from Foundation X, the guy that funded Museum and the source of all your problems. Oh, by the way, I have a driver too, and I have a gold memory. That's Utopia. Are you ready to have your ass handed to you? Because I am final boss. Because I'm the only one left alive with a memory. Technically speaking. Man, when he transforms, he just floats everybody up in the air because he's an asshole. So we have a fight where Terry goes to fight him, but Philip can't transform because the next time they transform into Double, he's dead. So we gotta pocket that one for a really important moment, by the way. Which Shotaro's like, excuse me? You're dying? Because he just decided to drop it on them now instead of not when we're fighting somebody.
Yeah, you know,
so,
the optimal time.
Yeah. So Terry gets beaten up. Jun takes Sayako and runs off back to his base to show her Wagner. Sorry. My nose is stuffed up for some reason. And he's laying out his plan of just pulling off a global Gaia impact that will kill anyone who's not compatible with memory. Which is, okay. Nice to see that we establish a trend of there are just some crazy people in Foundation X with some really stupid plans for world domination. That the higher up people in Foundation X are like, fuck it, whatever. As long as we get fucking paid for this. As long as we can make money on this, I don't fucking care. Go blow up half the world. As long as it makes a profit. Yeah, the lady also mentions, like, I want results first before we fund you. Because we're not giving you money if you fuck up. Because you'll be dead. And we're not going to waste money on a dead man. But back at the office, Phillips manages to narrow it down to where Jin's been docking off. So they have a place to go to fight. But Shotaro is having none of this shit. Not in the mood. Because, you know, his partner's dying. And he doesn't like that. So he storms off to go find Shroud. And is like, Shroud, help? Like, help? And she's like, there's nothing I can do. And he even says, yeah, I'm the one who hired Narumi to start with to save Philip. And all I want is for him to be happy. And he's happy. So it's filled. So we're good. Shotaro, once more, not happy. He's not going to be happy for, like, most of these 3 episodes, to be honest.
Yeah.
So when he gets back, a surprise party is being thrown for Philip. a going away party because we're just going to go with the cover story that Philip is going to go study overseas and not die. So there's that. All of our supporting cast is here. So all the informants plus Terry's 2 cop buddies. Philip apparently got them all presents, including Shotaro, who he gives him his. It's like, open this when we're done, please. And Shotaro just doesn't even say a word to him. After they party, the next day they head out. Akiko as well, because fuck it, I'm the chief, I'm hopping along for this ride too. As I'm at least seeing you off. So they storm into place, take out all the goons without transforming, mind you. Like, Terry, it takes them halfway into this place for Terry to finally bust out Axel to start blowing up Masquerade goons. I guess that shows how strong Masquerade is as a memory.
Yeah, because I have to wonder if he really even needed to.
He didn't, but he needed it for later. But the fine Wakana, but Jin's there to gloat once more and be a dick. Philip's like, alright, we're pulling it out of the pocket now. And Shotaro's like, I can't do it. I don't think we literally even hear the Joker memory activate the entire episode.
Yeah, I don't think we do.
He literally can't even push the button. So, Jin starts to take Magna. Terry tries to intervene. Continues to get his ass handed to him. Even in trial, doesn't work. And for his efforts, and for Shotaro's hesitation, he gets his ass set on fire because of Utopia's power to take hope and the will to live and reverse it on the user, essentially. So, Terry is nearly killed. Again. For the 3rd time in the last half dozen episodes of Double.
Yep.
I feel so sorry for him.
It's almost like once he got trial, he became the punching bag.
Unfortunately. Once he closed off his story arc with Weather, he's done. It's I am nothing more than just an extra pair of hands to help. Or the one that needs to be kicked in the nuts.
Which, to be fair, I feel like that's a better way of handling it than him just continuously being the punching bag, except for his important arc kind of deal. Because at least this way, you can tell, okay, he is being useful, he's just getting outclassed hard.
Yeah. So after this happens, Shotaro, being the badass he is, goes, well, if I'm not going to transform and fight him, I'll just fight him on my own. So proceeds to go try to fight Utopia with no powers. While Philip is screaming at him to fucking transform, you dipshit. God damn it, I love Shotaro. But yeah, none of this works, and it's only making Wakata power up. Which is the thing, because she's synchronizing with Philip, and Philip wants power to stop this bullshit from happening, so it's powering up Wakana, I guess. Best way I can sum that up. And that's 47. We end on that. But moving into 48, Eternal Partners, Psycho shows up with Taboo going, well, if y'all are going to be terrible at this, I guess I'll go try to blow him up, and proceeds to almost do. Except June is a never. So we can't kill him. Well, we can only kill him with a maximum drive, which Psycho can't do, so for right now he's invincible. So after Psycho doesn't do anything, he just takes the 2 sisters and runs. And our team just takes Terry and retreats because, well, that went terribly. So Terry's dropped off at the hospital while the rest of our team heads to a beach to talk. Akiko finds a baseball there and uses it to have the boys talk while she leaves to head to the office because she needs to be away from them for the next part.
Yeah.
The two of them have a conversation as Angie breaks down to Philip is ready and is okay with this because there's no stopping this. There's no saving him. And at the very least, he can save his sister. Like the last piece of his family he has left, besides the cat. And Shoto's like...
Which he already saved the cat, so...
Yeah. Like, that's off the checklist. But Shoto's like, I can't lose my literal best friend and partner. The person that literally gives me the confidence to be the person that I am right now. I can't lose that. And I am like, God, this would not work if the series wasn't as good.
Yeah.
Like, if we didn't firmly establish these guys' relationship for 48 episodes, this wouldn't work. But we have. So it works.
Yeah, like, for all intents and purposes, if you tried to take Geo and Gates and put them in this kind of position, it would not work.
No.
Like, no. Not even remotely.
Yeah, and also, Sogo wouldn't do the shit Shotaro's about to do.
At all.
Not by a fucking mile. But as I finish up, Jun calls to be like, hi, by the way, I'm gonna be a dick, so I already turned all of your friends into faceless mooks. I'm gonna drop by the office next and do that to your chief. Bye! So the boys try to go stop him, but they're too late. Akio is a faceless mook. So as Philip blames himself, Shotaro goes, fuck, I screwed up really bad, didn't I? I gotta fix this. So he goes over, doesn't grab one of his normal hats. No, he goes and grabs the boss's hat. That has been there for 40 plus episodes. It's been there on the hat rack. He grabs it, he puts it on, and he calmly walks out, knowing exactly what he needs to do. With no backup, mind you, because Philip is going to be at the office for the rest of the episode, or for, like, the next bit. So we cut to June, who's apparently in love with Psycho. He has a terrible job of showing it. He's also an asshole. Psycho says, fuck this bullshit, goes taboo, tries to fight him, ends up getting killed. Is left in a field outside of where they are right now. And as she dies, we see Shotaro show up, closes her eyes respectfully. Because Shotaro is nothing but a gentleman, sometimes. He tries. I have to think, Shotaro, when he's really pushed in the corner, he does, like, pull it off. But half the time, he's a goof.
Yeah.
So yeah, then we have Jin, like, starting his plan with Wakana. And then Shotaro just casually walks in. As Utopia is transformed, mind you. So here's the scene. 10 feet away, there's Shotaro. No powers, no nothing. Just him with the boss's hat on. And Jin's like, you gonna stop me? And Shotaro's like, yes. And proceeds to charge him. dodges multiple attacks, gets tossed around, still charges on, and even stops a punch with the hat, flips over him, kicks him, has the gadget memories, the fucking gadget memories. Like, handle him for a hot minute while he goes saves Wakana, and then they blow up the base and escape. No powers. Nothing but a bunch of gadgets that aren't even that special or powerful. And he does all that on his own. Shotaro is a certified badass. I will hear nothing else. Nothing. This man took on the final boss of a show on his own with nothing but a hat.
And for all intents and purposes, won.
Yes. Because after this, it's just fuck you and die. So, Shotaro's essentially closed out his request with Philip. And Philip shows up as like, nice job, partner. And they have a little exchange before Utopia reveals that, I'm not dead yet! And they're like, oh, give us a minute. And also do the catchphrase, untransformed, together. Which Jun's only response to being told to count up your sins is just to scream. Which is appropriate. Still not as good as Eternal's one of, there are too many to count.
Yeah.
I think Eternals is still the best response to the catchphrase.
Yeah. By far.
And also they have a speech of Philip, like, propping up Shotaro of like, yeah, he's gonna protect the city, even if I die. Because he is a Kamen Rider. And I love how much this series puts an emphasis on the goddamn title of the goddamn franchise. And how these boys earned that title that was given to them by the fucking city that they protect. But yeah, they do one last henshin, just go straight to Extreme, and just beat the shit out of Utopia until he's backed into a corner to, I guess, do a rider kick to them. Which Philip is like, nah, we got this. Slap Prism into the maximum drive slot. Pop the maximum drive for Extreme. We get a double maximum drive, calling way back to earlier in the series. Actually, where we started this review series, coincidentally enough. And Jun's done. He takes multiple kicks to the face. He's dead. And the lady's like, alright, we're done with memories, moving on. And then we have the talk with Philip and Shotaro. And now I want to bring up something interesting. You know how we had the two different music pieces play during the fight in here?
Yeah.
Those are the same song. You see, the song that plays during the fight is Cyclone Effect. That is actually the song for Cyclone Joker. That's Cyclone Joker's theme. The song that plays during this conversation is the acoustic version of it.
Huh.
That's just it. It's just the acoustic version of it. It is insane to me how different it sounds in between the two.
Yeah.
This regular version, amazing, peppy battle theme. Acoustic version, oh my god. It fits so perfectly as a somber goodbye song.
That almost makes you wonder if that was intentional or if it just happened.
I don't know. I don't know when the acoustic version was made. But yeah, Philip goes to close the belt, but Shotaro decides that he needs to be the one to do this, and Philip lets him. And they have a back and forth before Shotaro finally closes the belt. and Philip dies. And this goodbye is so goddamn earned. I can't express how much it's like they earned this death.
Yeah.
Because you care about Philip. You care about Shotaro, who is in tears at the fact that his best friend is dying and he can't do a goddamn thing about it. Like, this is fucking earned. This is how you earn a major character death. God damn it. But we end back at the office where Terry is out of the office, or out of the hospital, but just bandaged all the hell, quietly drinking his coffee. Akihiko, I guess, is helping him, and Shotaro is just, I guess, reflecting on stuff, and proceeds to open up Philip's gift with a gift. Yeah. Which is the Lost Driver, which, up until we got the novel, I always assumed was Narumi's, but apparently it's not. It's technically Philip's from when he was Kamen Rider Cyclone in the novel, and that was given to him by Shroud. So I'm not gonna lie, having that knowledge, it makes it that punch worse, because that's literally Philip's own belt he's giving him to be Joker. Yeah, it's the Lost Driver in Philip's book, and in Philip's book is one last message from Philip saying, "Keep on protecting the city, Kamen Rider Hidari Shotaro." And Shotaro just burst out in tears, and we end on that. And god damn it, this ending is so good.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus. You have a gut punch of an ending, and you just, like, yeah, this is the it. This is it.
And I feel like it doesn't matter how many times you watch it, no matter how much you know about it, it still will get you every time.
Yeah. Like, I just decided, because I was feeling tired today because my dog decided, oh, I need to be up at 8 o'clock this morning instead of letting me sleep in, because he needed to go out. And he would not stop until he got out. So I proceeded to let him out, and I was up for a few hours, and then I felt tired. So I just watched these 3 episodes and then went to sleep. And when I got up, like a few hours after that, I then did the notes, which is why the notes are so not reactionary. They're far more descriptive, is because I just sat down, like skimmed through the episodes and wrote out the plot points and stuff. Which might be what I do from now on, as long as I have the time to do so.
It definitely feels a lot more, at least on the nose kind of deal.
Yeah.
So, I kind of feel like if everything goes right, that would be the best way of going about it then.
Yeah. Well, it probably goes without saying, but what do you think of these 2 episodes?
Honestly, I feel like this is a perfect point where you could consider this to be the full end of Double, even though we technically still have one more episode. Like, they could have called it a day here and it would have been fine.
Yeah. I almost feel like if this was the end of the series, and then the next episode was a part of, like, Movie War Core, so that you did have time to sit on this ending until you got this epilogue, it'd be fine. But also, I'm okay with this being the next episode.
You got a good point there. Like, this would be that awesome ended out mic drop point where you kind of were like, okay, we know we're going to be doing something, but we're going to make everyone wait.
Yeah. My only problem with that is you lose out on Skull's origin story in Movie War Core. And that's a really good origin story. And I don't want to lose that. And we also get Terry and Akiko's wedding. So I don't know what I lose in this situation because all three are good. Like, I don't want to lose Akiko and Terry's wedding because it has a really good moment in it that plays into it plays into Skull's origin story. And also, Skull's origin story is really good and helps to really characterize Narumi. So both of those are really good, and I don't want to lose those in favor of having episode 49 be like 2 months later when the show aired live, just so it hits harder in a retrospective sense, because now it doesn't matter. You're going to go directly into it. So I think it's only it's only matters if you wanted it to be the case then, because now it's irrelevant. But shall we move into the final episode?
I guess we shall.
Yeah, episode 49, A Bouquet of Justice to the City. We pick up a year later, which we'll probably have to talk about at some point when we get into Movie War Core, about the timeline of Double in relation to O's. Because O's cameo is canon. Like, not just to O's, but to Megamax as well. So, O's is somehow in progress at some point during Double's tenure. And Double and O's team up in Movie War Core. And Philip's there. So, when all this takes place, I was like, I don't want to sit down and figure it out. Because Toei plays fast and loose with continuity. So, for all intents and purposes, just keep this in mind when we move into O's, that, like, Double and O's are kind of maybe happening in parallel to some extent. Or at the very least, like, by the time we hit A to Z, O's, like, opening episodes have already happened to some extent. And also, somehow Ankh is not here, even though he should be. But don't worry about that part. But yeah, we're a year later as Shotaro is picking up cat food because, of course, they're taking care of the cat. Who doesn't show... No, he kind of shows up in this episode, doesn't he?
I can't remember.
But apparently Santa-chan is running the shop. Which, okay. I guess he finally got a steady job. I don't think he's had a steady job the entire series. But a Futsu Tower has been rebuilt from the events of A to Z. And as Shotaro leaves, we get what I'm assuming is supposed to be that we're not supposed to know is a flashback. Like, considering what the last flashback acts like, I don't think we're supposed to know that these are flashbacks yet. Right?
Maybe.
Because I know one scene plays like Shotaro left and then had to go deal with Wakana breaking out, but that's not what happened. So that makes me think that we're supposed to assume, or we're being duped into thinking that these aren't flashbacks, that these are actually congruent events. But in reality, we're seeing like a couple days after the last episode in a year later.
Yeah.
Because all the flashback scenes start the same with the fade to white.
Yeah. I think that's what it is. I think we kind of get duped into thinking that that's all happening in real time, whereas some of it is flashbacks.
Yeah, in the flashback, because also, when we go to the scene, Chotaro's carrying a bag with him. And oh look, he just bought a bag. So it's once more one of those, did this something happen here? Or are these two scenes connected? In reality, they're not. Which I give them props for, of putting in the detail work to make us think that these scenes are congruent when they're not. I think all these flashbacks are more or less Shotaro reminiscing. Or at least the ones that are not specifically from Wakana's perspective. Anyway, we have that scene as Shotaro, I guess, just goes around thinking about stuff. Mainly about Philip, because he misses his partner. It's been a year. Still miss him. But a kid's following him around town. And that's our cold open. As we get title card opening, not proper opening, title card opening. Oh, I also forgot to mention something. When Shotaro does his whole like charge against Utopia on his own, WBX is playing in the background too. Forgot to mention that one. Also makes it more badass. Yeah, Shotaro gets the opening played for him. And his big hero moment. Apparently this kid is looking for his sister who went missing. And he's nothing without his sister. So drawing in a little parallel to Shotaro at the moment. Shotaro has none of this kid's dumb words. So he takes him out on the investigation. I also love how much this kid gets under Shotaro's skin. Because he's just a dumb kid. But he finds out from the girls and phone guy that EXE are trying to step into Museum's place and sell memories. And when Shotaro has a bunch of keywords, he tries to call Philip to do a lookup. Which I love that throughout this episode we have these little moments of Shotaro falling into habit. So that even a year later, he's still doing this. But him and the kid go track him down to the warehouse, where it's a bunch of dumb punks that are way in over their heads with trying to sell memories and have no idea what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah.
And Shotaro has none of it. But they also got the sister hostage because she has a memory that they want, and they want the location. But yeah, one of them turns into a Dopont, and Shotaro starts to call out for Philip, and he's like, right, no Philip. But just goes Joker. So we get the movie-only suit Kamen Rider Joker in the series. As he just goes to town on his Dopont and kicks its ass. And that fight's done. Which, again, shows, like, how not a threat these guys are. When a lower D-powered Joker... Because bear in mind, the Joker in A to Z is using the Tier 2 Joker memory. This is using the basic Tier 1 memory. So it's not as powerful. And Shotaro had to fight like hell to do anything in that Joker form.
So this is even worse.
Yeah. But he takes down the Dopant, but the group gets away. And he tries to pull the kid and then, like, going after him. The kid's like, no, I don't want this. I can't do anything. Shotaro's like, look, I'm not that strong. I'm not that good either. But I keep going forward because it's all I can do. So we have a walk in a flashback as we see her break out. And Terry tries to, like, fight her, but Shotaro's like, no, we're not doing this. We are not doing this. And, like, kind of talks her down and also informs her, kind of breaking his promise with Philip of, oh, by the way, Philip's dead. Because Philip told him to not tell her. So now she knows, and she bounced. So by the time Shotaro gets back to the office, he thinks Philip's there because he hears his voice. Turns out it's the frog gadget, just playing his voice. And Akihiko feels bad because she's the one that, like, ended up talking about Philip thanks to the kid. And the frog memory played some clips from Philip. And you could just see how just sad and depressed Shotaro is that that's not the case. He just walks back into the back room, and Aki is like, come on, hit me with the slipper, shout my name, do something. No, nothing. It's so sad to see. We don't get that back and forth between them.
Yeah, because it's one of those that just hurt him so bad that he didn't even feel like doing anything about it.
Yeah. Then we have Shroud, or walking to finding Shroud, and talking to her about doing a Gaia Impact and figuring out what she wants. And Shroud just tells her, like, follow your heart on this, and she dies because I guess she finally succumbed to whatever terror did to her all those years, or like way back when. The kid gets a text message from EXE to come alone, and they won't hurt his sister, so he comes alone, tries to act all brave and stuff. Ends up the memory's hidden in his bag, so the sister finally gives him the memory. They try to book it, but are cornered by him, only for Shotaro, Terry, and Akio to show up and save him. Because they put a tracer on the kid, because we're not dumb enough to let you walk around here alone. And I have to think Akio was the one who did that to start with.
Probably.
So yeah, they just take down the whole group, including the Dopant that's with them. And that's EXE done, outside of their leader energy. Which we teased that the memory got broken, but no, it didn't. So, kid has so we did our lesson learned. The team celebrates on the bridge, only for the jobber from the pet shop to show up and be like, I was the leader all the time, and tries to kill Shotaro with the energy memory. And we think we've killed Shotaro. Nope. The extreme memory blocked the shot, which I'm surprised it took them a little while to see it, because it's just sitting there on his back with the shot in it.
Yeah.
That's the only weird part of, like, how do you all not see the bird at this point? It's literally right there on his back.
I mean, I feel like it would have been better if it showed, like, the extreme memory flew in, took the shot, and flew out. Just all one fluid motion kind of deal.
Yeah.
To where maybe they didn't see it. But yeah, how do you not see it literally floating on his back, not sitting on it? Not sitting on his back, no, floating on his back. It's like, yeah.
So yeah, it floats up, deposits Philip there, and Philip's like, "Hey, I'm back." As we get our final flashback with Magana as she does a Gaia impact, and as the camera turns because she's on the same bridge, we see that Futo Tower is still under construction. Kind of as the final cue of, by the way, this was all in the back. This was not the same time. And Philip just goes and explains like, yeah, my sister pulled a Gaia impact and swapped places with me, essentially. Kind of. She essentially gave up her life to revive Philip. And collectively, the Sonozakis kind of pass on what they've been trying to do to Philip, because he'll do it better than them, because he's not corrupted in any way like they have all ended up being. Like, he'll make the world a better place by being a writer with Shotaro. Because that's all they wanted to do. So we have a send-off the entire Sonozaki family, as they also all have a costume change in the middle of this conversation.
Yeah.
That I think is supposed to be important. I think it's supposed to be a throwback to when they were all, like, not corrupted and assholes.
Probably. Either that or that's supposed to at least signify for that.
Yeah. So they all pass on. Shotaro is happy and gleeful that his partner's back, because he don't give a fuck anymore. It's like, Phil's back, everything's right with the world, I don't give a fuck. Meanwhile, our jobber in the background is like, hey, this is my moment. I'm the one who's supposed to have killed Shotaro. Don't steal my moment. And the two of them go, oh, you're still here. Okay.
Forgot about you.
Hang on one second. They go double and proceed to rip this fucker apart. They pop Heat Metal and Luna Trigger and end it with Joker Extreme, because this schmuck is a fucking jobber and no one here is going to pretend otherwise. So he's done, and we end out on them doing the catchphrase to the camera. And that is double done. So what'd you think of our epilogue episode?
I have to agree with what you said, but at the same time, I agree with every bit of what you said. While at the time this probably would have fit better if they had waited a little bit and gave some time for it to sink in.
Yeah.
This probably would have even more of an impact, but either way, looking at how they kind of spun the whole preview for this episode and then how this episode turned out, yeah, I think they still handled it as wonderful as possible.
Yeah. Because, like, it's not a cop-out. And it's, I guess, kind of letting the Sonozakis redeem themselves in the smallest way possible that they can. To be like, yeah, they fucked up pretty bad, but at least they let Philip live.
It's one of those that made up for all of, well, some of the mistakes they've made.
Yeah. It's not everything, but it's something. And they explained it well, and I love how they do it in such a way that we kind of dupe the viewer, if you're not paying attention, into thinking, oh fuck, like, Wakana's gonna save Shotaro. Oh, wait a minute, the Futo Towers, wait, it got repaired, why is it, So one last little mystery in there for the viewer, But yeah, I really dug this episode. I don't mind that we reversed Philip's death after earning it. Because, I'll be honest, there's no way in hell Philip's gonna stay dead. Double has to come back. It was either gonna be here, or gonna be like Movie War Core, or either of the Double Returns movies, because I'm sure that they were in the planning stages for those by this point. Like, I'm sure Double Returns was on the table before this episode was finished. So,
I'd say,
like, Philip's gonna come back one way or the other. I'm okay that we just do it now.
yeah, do it now, get it over with, and do it in a way that also kind of redeems our, I guess, quote-unquote villains.
Yeah. I mean, it also helps that, like, Shotaro sells Philip being gone for a year really well, and then sells his return really well, because Shotaro's actor is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Double's a really good series, folks. And I am happy to have watched it again, and I'm probably just gonna go watch A to Z tomorrow before I get started on the Double Returns movies, because next week we're taking a look at the first of two, I guess, V Cinema movies, because Double got two of them in the form of Kamen Rider Axel and Kamen Rider Eternal. And we'll be taking a look at the Axel one first, because technically in continuity that's the first of the two. Technically speaking, the framing device for the Eternal one is second, but that one takes place before A to Z. Because it essentially is an origin story for Eternal and crew.
Ah.
But this one takes place after the, like, the Axel one takes place wholeheartedly after the series. But we're going to cover that one first. And then the week after, we will cover Double Returns Eternal. And then the week after that, we'll be hopping into O's. Because I am very much going to take you on the journey to finally show you in proper the best crossover film we've ever gotten in this franchise. And I will hear nothing from anyone else on that. I will not budge. I refuse to accept anything else than Mega Max is the best crossover film we've gotten. It is perfect. Okay, probably not perfect, but it is amazing and wonderful and the best we've ever gotten. And probably the best we will ever get. But we gotta get through 2 series to get there. Because we gotta get through all of those and all of those material, and then get the Forza and get into it a little bit before we can finally touch that movie. But anything else?
I don't believe so, actually.
Alright, we have our usual stuff for the rest of the week. I'll probably be still doing Mario Party on Wednesday, and we'll keep going with Paper Mario on Thursday. Pick up where we left off.
And Rampant Runs tentatively has a Link to the Past randomizer Wednesday and Thursday. I don't want to commit to Daggerhood, but I feel like that's might be the start before the marathon run that I'm going to be doing. Just to kind of get a little bit of practice. I don't know if I want to commit to that, though.
I don't know what we're doing Friday.
I don't need... Oh, wait. Yes, I do. Splatfest.
Oh, is the Splatfest this weekend?
Yep. Yep.
What's the theme?
I don't remember.
Okay. Hare versus tortoise?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And Saturday will be the podcast. We'll probably be talking about the Fallen Order reveal, mainly so I can bitch about it. And how, like, it was very much the Anthem reveal. Or not the Anthem reveal, but the Anthem talk from E3 last year. And sucked, to be honest. Along with, I don't know what else. I'm sure lots of fun stuff. But anything else?
I don't believe so.
Alright, we will see you next week for Axel and the rest of the week with our stuff. See you then, folks.